Welcome back to Dimebag Darren and the Omnivox channel, where we're reading Isaac Asimov's Foundation. We're on chapter number 4. Gal Darnick has had a little visit on the outside terrace, checking out Trantor as best as he can. And he's met kind of an unsavory character who seems to know what he's up to and seems to be forewarning him about working with our friend Dr. Harry Seldon. Well, at the end of the day, he's returned to his hotel room, and waiting in his hotel room was none other than Dr. Harry Seldon. And that's where we pick up our story. Chapter 4. Psychohistory. Gal Dornick, using non-mathematical concepts, has defined psychohistory to be that branch of mathematics which deals with the reactions of human conglomerates to fixed social and economic stimuli. Implicit in all these definitions is the assumption that the human conglomeration being dealt with is significantly large for valid statistical treatment. The necessary size of such a conglomeration may be determined by Seldon's first theorem, which... A further necessary assumption is that the human conglomerate may be itself unaware of psychohistoric analysis in order that its reactions be truly random, and the basis for all valid psychohistory lies in the development of the Seldon functions, which exhibit properties congruent to those such social and economical forces as... Encyclopedia Galactica. "Good afternoon, sir," said Gal. You didn't think we were going to meet before tomorrow. Ordinarily, we would not have. It's just that, if we're to use your services, we must work quickly. It grows continuously more difficult to obtain recruits." "I don't understand, sir." "You were talking to a man on the observation tower, were you not?" "Yes. His first name is Gerald. I know no more about him." "His first name is nothing. He's an agent of the Commission of Public Safety, and he followed you from the spaceport." "But why? I'm afraid I'm very confused." "Did the man on the tower say anything about me?" Gal hesitated. "He referred to you as Raven Seldon." "He did? Why?" "He said you predict disaster." "I do." "What does Trantor mean to you?" Everyone seemed to be asking his opinion of Trantor. Gal felt incapable of the response beyond the bare word, "Glorious." "You say that without thinking. What of psychohistory?" "I haven't thought of applying it to the problem." "Before you're done with me, young man, you will learn to apply psychohistory to all problems as a matter of course. Observe." Seldon removed his calculator pad from the pouch at his belt. Men said he kept one beneath his pillow for use in moments of wakefulness. Its gray glossy finish was slightly worn through use. Seldon's nimble fingers, spotted now with age, played along the hard plastic that rimmed it. Red symbols glowed out from the gray. He said, "That represents the condition of the Empire at present." He waited. Gal said finally, "Surely that is not a complete representation." "No, not complete," said Seldon. "I'm glad you did not accept my word blindly. However, this is an approximation which will serve to demonstrate the proposition. Will you accept that?" Subject to my later verification of the derivation of the function? Yes. Gal was careful to avoid a possible trap. Good. Add to this the known probability of imperial assassination, visceral revolt, and the contemporary recurrence of periods of economic depression, the declining rate of planetary explorations, the ... He proceeded. As each item was mentioned, new symbols sprang to life at his touch and melted into the basic function which expanded and changed. Gal stopped him only once. I don't see the validity of that set transformation. Selden repeated it more slowly. Gal said, but that is done by way of a forbidden socio-operation. Good, you're quick, but not quick enough. It is not forbidden in this connection. Let me do it by expansions. The procedure was much longer, and at its end, Gal said humbly, yes, I see it now. Finally, Selden stopped. This is Trantor, 5 centuries from now. How do you interpret that, eh? He put his head to one side and waited. Gal said, unbelievingly, total destruction. How is that possible? Trantor is never... Selden was filled with the intense excitement of a man whose body had grown old. Come. Now you see how the result was arrived at. Put it into words. Forget the symbolism for a moment. Gal said, as Trantor becomes more specialized, it becomes more vulnerable, less able to defend itself. Further, as it becomes more and more the administrative center of the empire, it becomes a greater prize. As the imperial succession becomes more and more uncertain, the feuds among the great families more rampant, social responsibility disappears. Enough. And what of the numerical probability of total destruction within 5 centuries? I couldn't tell. Surely you can perform a field differentiation. Gal himself felt under pressure. He was not offered the calculator pad. It was held a foot from his eyes. He calculated furiously and felt his forehead grow thick with sweat. He said, about 85%. He's not bad, said Selden, thrusting out a lower lip, but not good. The actual figure is 92.5. Gal said, and so you're called Raven Selden. I've seen none of this in the journals. But of course not. This is unprintable. Do you suppose the Imperium would expose its shakiness in this matter? This is a very simple demonstration in psychohistory, but none of our results have ever leaked out among the aristocracy. But some of our results have leaked out among the aristocracy. That's bad. Not necessarily. All is taken into account. But is that why I'm being investigated? Yes. Everything about my project is being investigated. Are you in danger, sir? Oh, yes. There's a probability of 1.7 that I will be executed. But of course, that will not stop the project. We have taken that into account as well. Well, never mind. You will meet me, I suppose, at the university tomorrow? I will, said Gal. And thus ends Chapter 4 of Isaac Asimov's book, Foundation, my favorite story. Thanks for tuning in to Dimebag Darren World Headquarters here on the Omnivox channel, where I'm reading my favorite book, and hopefully you enjoyed too. Bye for now.